As we said before, in the big story of the Bible, the ministry of Jesus reverses Adam's curses. His curses are damaged relationship with God, damaged relationship with humanity, damaged relationship to creation, of course, death. The artist that shows us how Jesus repairs the damage to humanity in this lesson is Rembrandt van Rijn. Rembrandt lived in the Netherlands between 1606 and 1669. He had a difficult life, many ups and downs. He lost his first wife, lost some of his children. He had financial wealth and financial hardship. He also had a deep faith. One sign of this deep faith is how Rembrandt often painted himself into his religious scenes. Let's look at a few of them. Here, Rembrandt is at the cross, the moment of reconciliation with God. He is, however, raising the cross, recognizing his own sin and culpability. Here he is as the prodigal son in the tavern, full of life and joy, but painting himself in a scene as one who ran from God, though Rembrandt later will beautifully portray the return of the prodigal son. And here Rembrandt is on the sea alongside Jesus in the storm on the Sea of Galilee. The painting is a beautiful one. It's Rembrandt's only seascape, and it's especially famous for being tragically stolen in 1990 from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum and remains missing to this day. The scene Rembrandt portrays is described in Mark chapter 4. That day, when evening came, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side." Leaving the crowd behind, they took him along, just as he was in the boat. There were other boats with him. A furious squall came up, and the waves broke over the boat, so that it was nearly swamped. Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke him and said, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Jesus got up, rebuked the wind and the waves, said, "Be quiet." And the wind died down. It was completely calm. He said to his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" They were terrified and asked each other, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him." As we look at Rembrandt's painting, the first thing that catches our eye is the dynamism of the storm, as described by Mark, as the waves wash over the boat. Yet Jesus is reclining, dimly illuminated, and showing a bit of surprise, as if he's been recently awakened. We see from the others a wide range of reactions to the storm. Some strain with the sails, the ropes, or the rudder, as if to save themselves by their own efforts. They show self-determination. Others hunch in prayer or in sickness over the side of the boat, as if in despair or readying themselves to die. They show resignation. A few have gone to Jesus to wake him up. They seek rescue. Near the center of the painting, though, leaning against a rope, a man in blue puts his hand on his head in confusion. And as he looks out at the viewer, it is as if he is asking them what they would do. This is a self-portrait of Rembrandt. Here, the great artist invites us into the scene. He makes it personal. This is not just a scene from the Bible, a mere illustration. It's a meditation on the challenge of navigating the storms of life. St. Augustine, one of the great fathers of the church, comments on this very passage. When you listen to abuse, that means you are being buffeted by the wind. When you are angry, you are being tossed by the waves. So when the winds blow and the waves mount high, the boat is in danger, your heart is in peril, your heart is taking a battering. Hearing yourself insulted, you long to retaliate, but the joy of revenge brings another kind of misfortune, shipwreck. Why is this? Because Christ is asleep in you. What do I mean? I mean you have forgotten his presence. Rouse him then, remember him, let him keep watch within you, pay heed to him. A temptation arises, it's the wind. If it disturbs you, it is the surging of the sea. This is the moment to awaken Christ and let him remind you of these words. Who can this be? Even the winds and the seas obey him. Augustine reminds us in these stormy moments, our response should be to wake up Jesus. Throughout Rembrandt's paintings, we see these intimate portraits of our involvement in the story of Scripture, through our own sin and corruption, need of redemption. Rembrandt reminds us that this story is our story, and through his storm on the Sea of Galilee, he asks us an important question: who will we be within the story?